Hi everyone. Oops. Oops. I was trying to zoom in, but I can't zoom in. Hi everyone. Welcome. Today is Sunday, October 5th. Thank you for joining me on my live. This is the 12 weeks of Stampmas. What is Stampmas? Is stamping plus Christmas. Stampmas. So for the next couple of weeks or several weeks, I'm going to be showcasing one of our bundles, either from our mini catalog, which is the holiday catalog that is available now, or a bundle from our online exclusives. I will be creating 2 Christmas cards or holiday cards, or maybe projects. And if you comment on this video, this live, either during the live play or the replay, then you will be entered to win the 2 items that I create, either the cards or the projects. And then I will do the drawing the following Sunday. And I will post the winner of the 2 cards. And if you are not on my customer list, then I would ask the winner to please send me a message with their address. I can have those cards mailed to you. And the winner for last week is Kelly. So I've already posted her name and the message on last week's live. So congratulations, Kelly. Thank you for watching and for commenting. And as soon as you send me your address, I will get those cards in the mail for you. So I'm going to wait a few seconds. It's 8:02 before I go into my little spiel on what I do. Okay, so thank you so much again for joining me. My name is Yolanda Nixon. I live in Grand Prairie, Texas, which is North Texas. I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for a little bit over 12 years, coming up on 13 in November. And I have several events throughout the month. I have card classes, which my next one will be on Saturday, October 25th. And I have a couple of classes during that day, so you can sign up for all the classes or just 1 or 2 that you would like to attend. And they have different themes. I also host craft retreats. So my next craft retreat is going to be the weekend of October 16th through the 19th, which is in 2 weeks. And if you would like to sign up, I still have room. I have 4 spots left, and it will be held at, let me look at my paper here, the Raggedy Inn at Little Rock in Red Oak, Texas. So Red Oak is off of 35 South, about 30 minutes south of downtown Dallas. So it's not that far away from me. It's about a 30-minute drive. But if you're in the surrounding area and you would like to attend, please do so. Let me know. There is a link or a post on my PNI Crafters business page here where we're doing the live. A couple of posts down with all the information. So if you've never been to a craft retreat, this is a great time to spend 4 days with other crafters. I will provide some projects for you to make, but of course you can bring whatever else you would like to work on during the craft retreat. There's a lot of things that will be included for the price of the retreat. So everyone will receive a 6-foot table to work on your projects all weekend. There's going to be 3 classes that I will provide for you. There's going to be a goodie bag. There's going to be pillow gifts throughout the weekend, lunch, dinner, and snacks for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Room and board, of course. Everybody gets a twin bed. We're going to play some bingo. There's going to be coffee, tea, and water. But if you prefer something else, please bring your own drinks. There's also going to be a chance to do some BOGO shopping, which is buy one, get one free from all of my retired stock. And if you know anyone else who might be interested in joining you, please let them know. And you can sign up. The deadline is Monday before the craft retreat. I think it's October 11th, I believe. I have to check that. But yes, if you would like to attend, please let me know. If this is your first craft retreat, it's really nice to be somewhere with other crafters, like I said, and just work on your projects. There's no distractions. We may be watching some movies throughout just to have a little bit of background noise, but it's not going to be too loud or anything like that. So yeah, if you have some interest, let me know. And if you cannot make it in person, you can also take the retreat to go. So I will mail to you all the projects, the goodie bag, and the pillow gifts for a small fee, and of course shipping. And you can hopefully join us next time in person. The next event that I am holding is actually I am co-hosting a cruise, crafting cruise to the Bahamas in October of 2026. So we have from now until July to make our deposit and to pay for the crafting cruise. So if you want to, you can make payments and have it all done by next July. But it is an 8-day cruise. We will be sailing from Galveston, Texas to the Bahamas with stops in Cozumel, I'm going to mispronounce this, Nassau, Bahamas, and then Perfect Day at Coco Cay, which is the private island for Royal Caribbean. And we do have a conference room where we are going to be crafting. We're going to do some projects, do some bingo. Of course, you can do all of the events that the ship has, like all the plays. Of course, we're going to eat dinner together. You can do the excursions when we go to port. So it's just a cruise, except we add the extra benefit of crafting. And if you are interested in that, let me know. The cruise is on October 10th, 2026. Again, sailing out of Galveston to the Bahamas, 8 days on Royal Caribbean. We will be on Allure of the Seas, the ship. So I haven't been on that one yet. I've been on Liberty. Where else? I've been on 3 different Royal Caribbean cruise ships. I haven't been on Allure yet. So that would be interesting. But again, for the crafting cruise, you also get a 6-foot table. You get 6 classes that we will provide, a t-shirt, goodie bags, prize patrol, which are pillow gifts. We will supply the items that you need for the projects. We'll bring the die cutting machines, things like that, so you don't have to carry that with you. So if you are in Texas or anywhere, you can fly down to Houston and then take one of the shuttles over to Galveston. You can do that, but we will be sailing out of Galveston, Texas. Okay, so there's one more thing that I need to talk to you about, but I'm going to turn my camera down because I need to show you the graphic that I have. So give me a few seconds. You're going to see my ceiling fan, and then you're going to see my table. And there's my lovely ceiling fan. In the top of my head. Oop. I'm going to pull this out, make sure that it is secure. Oh, there it goes. It was not secured. And flip. So what you see here on the table, and I'm going to zoom this in. Oh, there you go. Ooh, too much. Okay, I'm trying to bring it back, but okay, there we go. So this is our mini catalog. It is available now until January the 5th. And if you do not have a copy, please let me know and I can get one in the mail to you. Or if you'd like to pick one up at one of my future card classes, you are more than welcome to do so. But it's also available online. But for me, I like to have one in my hand so I can flip through it and mark what I have, what I don't have, what I want, do my wish list. So there might be other people like that, just like me. So if you would like one, let me know. But the next thing I wanted to talk to you about is the great special that Stampin' Up! Has running right now. If you ever considered buying crafting supplies, but you're like, well, you know, I can only do a little bit at a time. Well, now is the perfect time to get a lot of products for a very inexpensive price. So we have a starter kit special. Well, Stampin' Up! Has a starter kit special until October 31st. This is for the entire month of October. And there's two options that you can choose from. So is this or that the best option for you? So what is this? This is, you select $125 worth of any Stampin' Up! Product that you would like, and you only pay $35 plus tax. Shipping is free. In addition to that, you'll get some business supplies. You'll get a free past paper pumpkin, but you don't have to do this as a business. There is never any obligation to sell or hold classes. You can just buy your own products at a discounted price because we get a 20% discount to start with, which is a great advantage right now. There's a lot of big ticket items in our catalog that you might consider under either one of these options. For example, our die cutting machine will be great under this option. The advent calendar that we have right now is $99. If you select it under this option, you also get to pick another $26 worth of products, but you only pay $35. So that is great savings on getting the advent calendar, which is while supplies last. So if you are thinking about getting the advent calendar, this is a great way to get it for only $35. And what is that? That is what we normally have is $125 for $99. But right now for $99, you get to pick $189. That's $90 over. And again, free shipping. You only pay tax on the $99, which here in Texas, in Dallas, it's about it's 8.5. Is it 8.5? I think the total would be like $107 with tax. No shipping. You also get the business supplies. You also get the free past paper pumpkin. But it's a great savings if you want more product for less. Either one of these is fine. And if you would like some more information or you would like to join, you can scan the QR code right here. There's also several posts on my business page, a little bit down from this live, that has all the great information. And if you look at my banner on my Facebook page, you will see this also. So you can read more about it or scan the QR code and go to the website and sign up to be a demonstrator. Again, there is no obligation to sell. You can just get the 20% discount to buy your own products, which we call personal restocking. And that's pretty much it. You're a demonstrator, but you're just doing this as a hobby. We love our hobby demonstrators, but this is a great time. This is probably the best starter kit offer that Stampin' Up! Has had. And I've been a demonstrator, like I said at the beginning, for almost 13 years. $125 for $35, you can't beat that. I mean, $35, that's like going to dinner. And then $189 for only $99 plus tax. Shipping is free. For this one, you can buy the big ticket items. Like I said, the die cutting machine you can buy with this, put it on this one, and I'm going to be using the die cutting machine for my cards. You can also get the oh my goodness, what's it called? The light up mat. We have a mat that you can also get, or you can just get all the Christmas holiday die stamp sets. You can stock up on all your card stock. You can start building your supply of all of our ink pads. This is a great time. So if you're interested or would like to talk to me, get more information about this, think about it, let me know. I'll be more than happy to talk with you and give you some more information. Like I said, this is probably the best starter kit offer that I have seen since I've been a demonstrator. So, okay, let me get to the cards. So we are going to be using today the Ornamental Christmas. So these are the dies and the stamp set. The stamp set is a cling stamp set. So what that means is you get the rubber, and it's a little bit thick, and then you get the matching dies. You can purchase these separately or purchase them together as a bundle and save 10%. The bundle is always better because the bundle helps you cut out some of these images very quickly. And if you're making a lot of cards of the same design, you can just run right through them and then make them quickly. So We're going to be using the Ornamental Christmas bundle, but this is part of a suite. What is a suite? A suite is a lot of products put together and for one price, and it has one code. So if you were to buy the bundle, there's a code. If you buy the designer paper, there's a code. If you buy the ribbon or the twine in this case, there's a code. Stampin' Up! Groups them together and only gives you one code so you can buy everything. So let me show you what the suite has. So the suite, along with the bundle, comes with the black and gold baker's twine, which we're going to be using today. It also comes with the large gold hoops, and these are just gold hoops. They're a lot that you can use as ornaments. You can hang the ornaments from here, or you could just use them on your card. We will not be using these today, but we will be using these in an upcoming card class that I will be having. And then the last piece of the bundle of the suite is our designer paper. So this is our modern Christmas designer paper. So on one side it has gold, and on the other side is black and white. So let me show you the 6 designer series paper sheets. So you get 2 of each of one of these. So there's 12 in the pack. So on one side you can see black and white, and this side has gold. We'll be using this for one of our cards. Here's some trees with some gold. These are little circles with gold. The stripes, we'll be using this on one of our cards with gold. Stars. And then we have the little hollies or leaves with gold berries. So one side has gold, the other side is just black and white. So again, together, this will be a suite. This is an online exclusive. It is not in the catalog, so you can only find this online. But Stampin' Up! Has one order number for all of this, but you don't have to get all of this. You can just buy each item individually if that's what you would like, which will be a great addition to your starter kit if you really like this one. So let me put this aside. I've already done all of the cutting for the card, and I am going to show you the card that we're going to make. So the first card is a fancy fold card, wishing you peace and joy. On the back is Merry Christmas. So the way you really don't open it, you just kind of stretch it out and it stands on its own. And it fits in a regular size envelope. So we're going to be creating this card right here. So let me put that aside and grab my items here. Now, in addition to the designer paper that we're using from the suite, we're also going to be adding, not for this card, but for the next card, we're going to be using gold foil. And this is from the Distressed, I forgot the name of this. So we used this paper last week, Distressed something paper. I forgot the name of it. But we're going to use this for the ornament. And other than that, we're going to use 3 cardstock colors. We're going to use basic black, cherry cobbler, and basic white. So we're going to start off with our basic black, and this is going to be our card base. And I'm going to grab my Stampin' trimmer. And this is our Stampin' trimmer. So our Stampin' trimmer has 2 blades. Well, it has 2, one is a blade to cut and one is a blade to score. So when you want to score, you want to make sure you move that cutting blade away so that you don't cut your paper. And also, if you have a longer piece of paper, like a 12 by 12, our trimmer does have a leg that extends out and it sits flat on the surface. It's even. And also right here, it is even so that when you put your piece of paper and you want to measure this way, it's not crooked. Kid you not, I've seen another trimmer from another manufacturer where this leg was a little bit over, so when you try to put it flush against the edge, it was crooked like this. So be careful. Our Stampin' trimmer is excellent. And then once you're done with that leg, you just fold it right under. Okay, so we're gonna do some scoring. We're gonna score at 1.5 and 2.5. And if you join my VIP group, you will get the instructions on and measurements on how to make this card. You flip your card base over. Again, score at 1.5 and score at 2.5. Put that over there. Now we're going to fold. So from the middle, you're going to fold in, and then you're going to fold out. And I'm using my bone folder to score that down. Again, in and then out. So it's the opposite. And that's what creates your card. So now I'm going to grab I'm going to do the base of the card. I'm going to put these pieces aside. And we're going to do about a 1/8 difference from the base, card base to the first layer and then the second layer. So this part right here, and I'm going to get my trimmer again. So this part here is 3.5. So our cherry cobbler is going to be 3 3/8, and our designer paper is going to be 3 1/4. So 1/8 difference. This leg right here is 1 1/2. So our cherry cobbler is going to be 1 3/8, and our designer paper is going to be 1 1/4, and that's going to be the same on both sides. So we're just going to add we're going to use our adhesive. I'm using our Stampin' Seal. And we're going to put it right on top of the cherry cobbler, and we're going to have a very small border around so you can see that. We're going to do the same thing with this one. And again, please comment on the live so that way you will be entered to win the 2 cards that I'm making. Oh, one more. And this is also going to have a small border. And now we're going to add all of this to the back, to our card. And I'm just going to add the adhesive and put it to the side so I can do the next one. And our Stampin' adhesive, it comes with a case, but once you buy the case once, you can just buy the refills and take that out. So if my adhesive runs out, I'll show you how to replace that. But I think I just replaced it, so it might not go out. Okay, so I'm going to extend it out like this, and I'm going to add the 2 sides. And again, you're going to have a small border of black around it. Use this side. And then we're going to do the middle. Now, if you wanted to add another piece, which is on these 2 sides right here, this is 1 inch. So then your first layer of cherry cobbler will be 7/8, and then your designer paper will be 3/4 of an inch to fit here. But we're not going to add anything there. We're just going to do that. And now we're going to add, so now we're going to do some stamping. So this strip here, when I do my card layers, I usually cut my layers at 4 inches and 4 inches, and just sometimes, or because our cardstock is 8.5 by 11. So when you're cutting, sometimes you get this little 1/2 inch piece and you're like, what do I do with this? I save all of these because these are great for your sentiments that are just long and they're not very thick, so they fit perfectly on these 1/2 inch strips. So we're gonna stamp wishing you peace and joy, and we're gonna stamp it towards the middle because we're gonna cut slants on each side. And when you stamp, just stamp down and back up. Don't rock it like this, because then you might get the ink, and it's called halos, and we don't want to do that. And then we're going to grab a piece of basic white, and this measures 3 3/8 by 5 3/8, and this is going to go in on the back, and we are going to stamp Merry Christmas. Just straight down and up. And close that up. So before we go any further, I am going to add this to the back of the card. And I would like to do that because I'm going to cut the other piece of Whisper White, basic white, and I just don't want to cut the wrong one. I said Whisper White. That was the old name. That was basic white. And just add it to the middle of the card on the back. And that way you can write your message here. Sentiment is there. Stand it up over there. So now I'm going to get my dies. And for this, I'm going to use these two here. Now, quick tip. When you get your dies, I try to remember, but I usually do, is I trace around all of the dies, because when I take them off the sheet and I try to put them back, sometimes I don't know how they go back, and then they don't fit. So when I take my circle, see how I trace that, and my ornament, I trace that too. So just quick and easy way to know where they go back. So we're gonna do 2 cuts, or die cutting cuts. So this is our die cutting machine. Great product to use with your with the new demonstrator incentive, the starter kit. And you can do 2 because the plates are big enough to fit 2, so you can do multiple die cutting. You don't have to do one at a time. So I'm going to do those 2. And the cricking and the cracking, that is all normal. That is the dies cutting paper, so it will crack and it will be all right. Set these aside. Oops. And now we have an ornament and we have a circle. So what I'm going to grab now is our twine, and I'm going to make a bow on top of the ornament. And I'm just going to cut some twine here. Okay, so this is how I do this because it's a very small piece. So I'm going to do a knot first, and once I get my little circle, then I'll insert the ornament and tie it up. Doing it another way, I just couldn't do it. So this is the easiest way for me. And then I will just do a bow. And then you just play with the bow to get it to where you want it, the length of your loops. And one is bigger than the other. And then once you have that, you just cut your extra twine. We're going to add dimensionals to the back of this, and I'm using the mini dimensionals. And I'm going to add one to the top of that, one to the bottom, and then several in the middle. Take those off. And I'm going to add it to our circle. And then the circle, I'm going to add dimensionals. I'm going to add 5 mini dimensionals. Of course, if you have the bigger dimensionals, you don't have to add so many, but I'm using the mini dimensionals. And then we're going to take off the backing. And I'm going to extend this out just so that I can see where I'm going to line this. And I'm just going to put it towards the top. And I'm going to grab my sentiment here. I'm going to do 2 slants, cuts, just like this with my scissors. I'm going to add 4 mini dimensionals. Take the backing off. And put it right here in the middle. And that is our first card. Quick and easy. And you have your sentiment on the back where you can write your message. So that's our first card. And it does fit in a regular size envelope, so you can mail that. Okay, now we're going to do our second card. I'm going to take this off. Okay, so now we're going to do a regular card, which is, we're going to use the basic white base. We're going to fold that in half. Use my bone folder to crease the fold. Now these, I'm going to use basic black, which is only 1/8 of an inch. So this is going to be 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. This is for our circle. This is for our ornament. And this is going to go on top of our card. So this card is going to be a tearaway card. And I'll explain. So we're going to use the gold side, but you can always use the black and white side if you would prefer. But I would like to use the gold. So because this is going to go on this side, I'm going to tear it from this side. And you're just going to tear it. It doesn't matter how you tear it. Just tear some of it. It's going to be okay. And then you tear this also on this side. Again, doesn't matter how much you tear. Well, it does. Just don't tear more than half. So now we're going to add adhesive to one of these sides. And there's no measuring. There's no, did I do this enough? It's basically enough to where both of these pieces fit. So that's going to go on one side. This is going to go on this side, and it creates kind of like a valley in between, kind of to showcase your cardstock. If you want a canyon, I guess, if you want less of a canyon, then you tear less, but you don't want to tear too much off. And I'm just adding I'm going to add this here. And then we're going to add adhesive and add it to our card base. Before we add it to our card base, I am going to stamp. And the reason I'm going to stamp first is because in case I mess up, I can always invert it and cover up the mess up. I'm going to do Merry Christmas. Perfect. And then we're going to add this to our card front. It's only a 1/8 difference, so we're going to make sure that that is straight. Let me do it this way. Okay, so now I am going to get my die cutting machine, and we're going to die cut the star right here. We're going to die cut these 2 or 4, and then our circle. And because these are small, we're going to be able to place all of these on the same platform, on the same plate. So let me get my die cutting machine out again. The circle here, the gold is going to have our star, and there's going to be enough space to die cut these 2 from here. And put our top plate on, and then just move it right through. I'll just move all those over. Okay. Now I'm going to take our star from the gold. These little pieces here. There should be 4 of these. There's our circle. Take these pieces out. Put those on the side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so let me move all of, oh wait, 4. Let me take all these pieces out. And I have a little recycle bin over here on this side. So I'm not putting them on the floor. I have a little recycle bin. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is, oh, there's another piece right here. We're gonna add dimensionals. Oh, no, we're not gonna add dimensions. No, we do have to add dimensionals. We're gonna add dimensionals to, no, we're not. I knew there was a step I was missing. Hold up. Wait a minute. Ooh. Okay, first we're gonna stamp. That's what we're gonna do. So I've die cut this little circle from our stylish shapes dies. So it's gonna be the second circle from the smallest. Those are a great item to have in your die cutting inventory. Those are great. You got circles, you got squares, you got these banners, different sizes. Those are very useful. So we're gonna stamp Beat Jolly with the cherry cobbler, just straight down and up. And that is all the stamping we're going to be doing today. And now we're going to add adhesive We're going to center this on the star. Okay, now we add the dimensionals because we're going to add them to in between where you can see the circle. And that's just kind of like to grab the star. And we're also going to add dimensionals to the little point on the star, all 6 sides. It's great to have these little mini dimensionals. Otherwise, you would be cutting the bigger dimensionals in half or in quarters, and well, that's just a lot of work. Before we do anything else, we're going to grab some of our twine. And this twine measures, how long is this? About 16.5 inches. So we're going to add adhesive to everywhere in between the dimensionals. And this is going to be to add our twine. So the twine, we are going to just kind of put it all over the star. There is no right way, wrong way, measured, there, nothing like that. So I'm just, and it doesn't even have to follow the points. You can do it like in between the points and not around the points, if you know what I'm saying. And the adhesive is to help it stay down like this. There's no wrong way, right way to do it. And then we're going to add it to the red circle like this. So we're going to take off the backing on the dimensionals. And it's great to have the dimensionals because once you stick it down, the dimensionals kind of hold the twine in place, unless of course you pull it or something. But it helps the twine stay in place because it's kind of caught in there. All right, so now we're going to turn it over. Center it, and we're going to flip that, and we're going to add 5 dimensionals to the back. 1 up, side and side, and 1 in the middle. Then remove the backing again from these, and we are going to go grab our card, make sure it's the right side up. And we're going to add it to the middle, right in the middle of our card. And that's it. That is our second card. Being jolly. Here's the card that I made earlier. Oh, I forgot about these. Oh, thank goodness I opened them. Okay, so we are going to decorate the inside of the card. I forgot about these. There's a reason why I cut them out. And there is no right way to place these, wrong way to place them. You can place them closer together, farther apart. Oh. Okay, so they're going to be closer together. And try not to add too much adhesive because you don't want it to come out from underneath. But if you do put a lot, kind of like I did here, just kind of move it over. And then let it dry before you close the card. And I have glue on my hands now. Okay, so now you decorated the front, the inside of the card. So those are our 2 cards. One here. And then you have this one. The 2 we made tonight. Make sure to comment on the video. Say hi, replay, and then you will be entered to win these 2 cards. I will post the winner next Sunday on the same video in the comments. If you have any questions about anything that I talked to about today, for example, the starter kit special, let me know. If you would like a catalog, the mini or the annual catalog, let me know also, and I can have those out to you. I also forgot to mention that I have a monthly ordering special, so if you order any Stampin' Up! Products from me through my online website, which the link is in the description of this video, for the first $25, if you order $25 or more, you get 5 free greeting cards from me. If you order $50 or more, you get, in addition to the greeting cards, you get a free embellishment, which could be a ribbon, twine, some embellishments, rhinestones kind of thing. If you order $75 or more, then you get the greeting cards, the embellishment, and you get a free pack of 6 retired 6x6 designer paper. And just to show you a pack here of, so this is a retired pack of 6x6 paper. It is bright and beautiful. So you will get something like this, not necessarily this specific one, but that's with a $75 purchase through my online store. And that's not counting BOGO or any of my class requirements. So I will see your purchase. I will get notified by Stampin' Up! And then I will have that out to you in the mail. So thank you so much for joining me. I will see y'all next week for the 5th week of Stampmas. I will send out a reminder on Sunday that I'm going live that night. And I will, if you are not on my mailing list, please let me know. You can sign up anytime through Constant Contacts. There's a post right below this video with the link to my Constant Contacts, so you can go in and sign up to receive all the notifications that I send out throughout the month. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys have a great evening and a great week. Bye.